Hi everybody. Today I'll be speaking about a recently released report on the building product sector category, wherein we're covering the paint sector, the sanitary ware and tile sector, and the consumer electrical sector. In a nutshell, the overall environment has been weak. Despite that, the building product companies have reported a resilient performance on the back of uptrading, premiumization, newer products, and innovation. Structural growth drivers remain fairly intact, that being your shift from unorganized to the organized, focus on penetration, rising premiumization, improving the replacement demand, revival in the overall real estate and the new housing activity, and lastly, the government impetus on new housing and on sanitation. In the interim, we believe there are factors which could drive the demand, one being the implementation of the 7th Pay Commission and the transitionary impetus coming on account of the upcoming state elections. Further, the uptick in the rural demand is very essential for growth as well. We believe that likely uptick in the urban demand, all the categories are well placed to ride the uptick in the overall economic activity as well. To do a more longer term analysis, we have calculated the growth rates, the minimum growth rates that these categories could report, even the worst of the scenarios as well. This is based on two factors, one being new housing demand and the second being replacement demand. Our calculations suggest that all these categories have the potential to grow at least about 7 to 8%, even in the worst of the scenarios as well. Just to give you an example, paints industry, we believe, has the potential to grow at 7% at any point of time. Also, if you look at the consumer electricals category, we believe, based on its GDP growth, this category can grow at least by about 7 to 8%. So while we maintain our positive stance on the overall building products category, we have categorized the sector into three subsegments, one being leaders, the second being challengers, and the third being strivers. Now these are basically on the basis of the growth potential, the dependence on the external factors, pricing power, and the earnings sustainability. Firstly, the leaders, the companies with the dominant market share, coupled with a strong pricing power, a resilient performance even in a weak external environment, and a healthy earnings trajectory are the ones which fall under this category. So we have two stocks under our coverage which fall in this category, one being Asian Paints, where we have a buy rating and a target price of 970 rupees, and Pidilite, which is one of our top picks in the sector, where we have a buy rating with the target price of 670 rupees. The second being the challengers category. So these are companies which have promise and have a strong growth potential as well. They have been investing in brand, investing in capabilities. They've been following the leaders as well, and they are maybe contending to be leaders as well as time progresses. We have three stocks over here in this phrase, which is Berger Paints, where we have an accumulate rating with a target price of 280 rupees. We have Havells, which is another of our top picks, where we have a target price of 350 rupees. And we also have a company called Cera Sanitary Ware, which is a not rated coverage. Thirdly, in the strivers category, these are companies who have strong growth potential, and they also have a strong brand equity. However, a lot of their dependence is on the external factors as well, and they typically pick up when you actually the overall external environment picks up as well. So we have three stocks over here. One is HSIL, where we have a coverage in the stock. We have a target price of 370 rupees. Two other not rated companies in this category would be Kansai Nerolac, and the second being V-Guard Industries. To finally sum it up, we have a positive bias on the overall sector, whereas our top picks in the sector are Pidilite and Havells. We also have a positive stance on Asian Paints and Berger Paints. As far as HSIL is concerned, we believe there is immense value in the stock. However, it just needs to get its act right on the existing product categories and need to spend wisely on the new categories as well.